Hello everyone, my name is Raymond, I'm representing Mining Scout, and today I have the pleasure to introduce two managers, Sam and David from Ameriwest Lithium. And as the name already says, the company focuses on lithium, which is quite an exciting resource. Sam, please, could you elaborate a bit on lithium in general?
For sure, as you can see for the past few years, lithium has been really driven in terms of demand by electric vehicles. Every country, Germany, United States, they're producing a lot of electric vehicles, creating a lot of demand for lithium. One important factor that comes to mind that is a newer trend, in my opinion, is that it is very important for America to secure supplies of raw material for electric vehicles, specifically for the lithium-ion batteries. And that's sort of a trend that you're seeing. And at the moment, unfortunately, there's only one producing lithium operation in North America, in Clayton Valley, which has actually been sort of a area of sort of a lithium gold rush per se. So for lithium to be produced locally in the United States or North America, there needs to be additional operations to meet the demand, not 5 years from now, but the demand today.
And if we come back to your company in general, what's your focus? What are your projects? Where are you based? 3 questions in one, but probably we start, David, with you. Would you elaborate a bit on what your focus is?
Okay, we have 5 lithium properties. They're located in Nevada and Arizona. Our head office, we're a Vancouver-based junior company, but we also have an office in the United States that we work out of. So we put together a technical team just over a year ago to go out and acquire properties, and our focus was Nevada because of the desert environment that's there and the fact that you have lithium brine and lithium clay projects. So we went out and acquired 3 lithium brine projects, including one in Clayton Valley. We have one in Edwards Creek Valley and one in Railroad Valley. And then we have 2 clay projects. One's in Thompson Valley in Arizona, and the other is in Little Smoky Valley. So you tend to have these volcanic calderas that are the source of the lithium. The materials eroded into the valleys there, and you've had these inland oceans or lakes where the lithium has dissolved and concentrated with evaporation over millions of years. And we're looking for the brine materials in those valleys, and then the sources of them on the mountains on the edges of the valley where the clays are located.
Management is actually quite crucial for companies of your size. It's crucial in general, but could you elaborate on your management team, please?
Absolutely. As David alluded in the previous question, about a year ago we started to put an excellent team together, both on the management side and on the technical side as well. David himself is a mining engineer with substantial experience at various stages of exploration and production, realistically. And we have additional technical team that focus on different aspects that, in our opinion, is important for exploration success. And I think you can see the success of the team in terms of the assets that we are able to secure, because we're not specifically interested into going into areas that are already proven, like next to the Silver Peak mine in Clayton Valley. We're more interested into finding the next Clayton Valley, which is something that requires substantial expertise, and I think we've done quite well, as David mentioned, with the Railroad Valley, with the Edwards Creek and Thompson Valley as well. I mean, as an example, Edwards Creek we've staked the entire valley, and there are a number of common geological characteristics you see for brine deposits, and we see that is we sort of do all the check marks per se for each of these projects.
Thank you very much. What kind of news flow are we going to expect for the coming months and if not years, which is of course quite interesting for our potential or for our investors?
Well, we spent last year essentially putting the property packages together, and then we were doing geophysics to identify the different types of targets and some surface sampling on the clay deposits. And we're moving now into the drilling phase for our properties. So next year we're looking at drilling multiple properties for both brine and clay deposits. So our goal is to start generating make discoveries on each of these properties that we prove there's lithium there. We've already done that in Thompson Valley with surface sampling. We had over 1,600 parts per million in surface sampling on one of the projects. But we want to drill those and eventually start developing resources on the property. So our immediate focus is to start developing resources, build the company up with multiple properties and resources on different properties. And then we'll have to see where the company evolves from there. Will we become a producer? Will we try to joint venture these projects with major companies, sell the projects, or even will someone look at taking over the company once we build the resources? But right now our focus is resource generation, and we'll be looking to start that next year and continue that on for the next probably 2 years.
What major challenges do you see at this point?
I think metallurgy for projects is still a challenge for lithium. A lot of technology is being developed to process material from both the brine and from the clay deposits. So that'll be a challenge as the company evolves on how to deal with that. So lithium's relatively new and how it's being processed historically. There were hard rock mines that were developed and lithium was mined, but the brines in the United States, there's only one operating brine mine so far, and they use pump water out of the ground, put it into evaporation ponds, and then they concentrate the lithium and process it. Today, you probably wouldn't be allowed to do that environmentally because you're taking so much water out of the ground without recharging it. So the technology is changing, so you'll pump the water out, remove the brine or the lithium from the brine material, and pump the water back in the ground to recharge it. So even the operating companies that are there are going to have to change their technology. So metallurgy and water rights in Nevada are probably the two challenges.
And last question. I know it's a tough one to answer, but where do you see the lithium price heading in the next couple of months or years?
Well, as you know, the supply is a bit short. I mean, International Energy Agency is estimating that there will be shortages within the next few years. Nobody really has a crystal ball, especially now, but if you take a lot of resources, it's really been a case of the good, the bad, and the ugly, where lithium's been the good. Since the beginning of the year, you've seen a substantial increase in price. Right. And at the moment, we don't see any reason that may change.
Okay, thank you very much. All the best for the future, for you personally and for your company, of course. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.